Well, happy Thursday. How's everybody doing? Guess first thing I need to do is make sure you guys are hearing me today. Looks like everything's going out okay. So I see Sugar Creek Homestead of Tennessee, Grandma So Happy Homestead, Dutch Off-Grid Homesteading, Duncan 1900, Along the River Homestead. The apricot tiny house. Yeah. Okay, Ozark Mountain Goats, Thomas Farm Okie, Along the River Homestead, Built on the Rock Homestead, Cecilia Jansen. We got a few people in here. How's everybody doing? Yeah, we're probably not going to have that many in here today. Let me see what I can do about that for you. Although, really, it shouldn't mess with your laptop. But, all right, just because you asked so nicely. Now, if the chat starts streaming real fast, we may have to put it back on. But the slow mode is off, so chat away. Dutch, do you know what it means to plead the fifth? Well, I better stay out of that conversation. Ozark Mountain Goats, Lisa Lee, Homestead Driving. Watch out, slow mode is off. The Corgles. Hello to everybody out there. If you notice what I have up here on the screen beside me here, some of the stuff we look at when we look at your channels kind of pretty well boils down to 10 things. We look at your channel name. We look at your channel art, which is inclusive of the banner and the icon and so forth. We look at your channel description, make sure you have your email in the proper location and links done in a good way so that they make sense to people. We talk about some playlist do's and don'ts, talk about your thumbnails a little bit. We kind of look at your channel presentation. How does it look to other folks? And that's because you have the ability to customize your channel on your home page, especially. We talk about a channel trailer, and we also talk about featured videos. So the way we do this, for those of you that might be new here tonight, is we'll spin this wonderful wheel that you all are responsible for putting your name on. If you don't want your channel to be drawn or looked at or anything, don't put your name on the wheel. But we certainly do appreciate you being here and giving your input. But if you want to put your name on the wheel, type in the chat, type in !wheel, no spaces, !wheel, WHEEL. And our wonderful bot will then give you the link where you can put your channel name, enter it in a form, a Google form, and that translates to putting it right on the wheel. That way I don't have to try to track you all down and copy and paste and do all that other stuff.
Outpay. Jansen.
Okay. Is that
quickly?
Okay, so it's just kind of it's not really a whole look at.
Right.
Okay, so she's really just getting started.
Exactly. I'm here, Thomas. Just not showing on.
Excuse me. All right. Well, we can do that. So let's. Yeah, this will only take just a moment here. So let me just bring this over to the main screen here first. And this is per special request. This is a brand new person. They don't even have any content yet, but they're getting their channel set up, and they just wanted us to kind of take a quick peek at their about page. So let's look at the about page. As you can see, they just created this February the 5th of 2014.
Robert said,
It's cutting in and out.
yeah,
Shouldn't be. Should not be cutting in and out.
Maybe he.
Do you have a hearing aid?
I don't.
Let me. Check this. All right, let me know if it's still cutting in and out. We dropped the noise gate off of it to maybe that will help it. So what we have.
Yes, sir, it is here.
What's that?
He said, "Yes, sir, it is here." See if anybody else has issues.
Oh. Okay. So hopefully everybody can hear me okay
Yep.
now.
Move North Homestead also says it's cutting in and out.
Is it still cutting in and out?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, right now. I mean, since I made that change.
We'll keep you posted. Robert's going to let you know.
Okay, Coley Gardner, please keep me in line here. So what we
Can that be
have.
done?
Well, I don't know. He can try.
Okay.
All right. So what we have on the page here is the about page from Cecilia Jansen. And I'm going to back up here just for a second. Cecilia, I don't know if your name is unique enough that it may not become an issue. You're not like a Sue Scott or a Sue Smith or some other, I'm going to use the term, more common name. But typically, I think you'll find that few people utilize their name as a channel. So if whatever you decide you want to do, that's fine. But I don't know that you want to get going on this and maybe get a couple hundred or 300 subscribers or more, and then say, oh, I think I want to change it. Because of where you're at, I think you have 22 subscribers so far with no content, which is fabulous. If you do want to change that, now's the time to do it. So let's look at your description, and I'll just read it real quick. Hi, all, and welcome. Living in the city and homesteading with gardening and trying my hand at canning and dehydrating. I do a little of everything, even knitting, well, anything with needles. After 27 years in one company, this is where I am now. Becoming disabled had held me back, and I need to help get things done. Between the fibro and a broken arm that is being held together with scar tissue, and using a walker and many health issues. Children have moved away, and my husband passed away in 2011, so it's just me. I can hire some help for some of what I need. Well, when the funds are okay. You all know how that is. Come along with me and we'll get things done. It might take a while, but let's get started. I am learning to look forward to showing you some of my newfound skills. Don't let anyone say you cannot do it, because you can. If you're interested and would like to see more, please subscribe, like, and hit the bell. Until we meet again, take care and be well. Okay. Here's some good things, and then of course, along with the good things, there's some bad things. You have this long paragraph up here at the top. I would at least break it up here, and maybe again here. And when I say break it up, get an empty line. You've got 2 spaces in here. You don't need 2. Just utilize 1, like what you have right here. Single space is fine. This the 2 spaces. That certainly is not necessary.
Well, it looks like after her second sentence there, well, anything with needles, and she didn't continue, she could put a space there to make another paragraph.
Yeah, absolutely. That's why I put this little line out here on the left-hand side.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, yeah.
So, are you? Yeah, you're seeing it. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
All right. I don't know what your content's going to be here, but depending upon your content, you talk about gardening and things like that. A very common thing that you'll find with prepping, gardening, homesteading, with those types of channels, is they'll often put in something relating to that particular skill set. And when I say relating to, in other words, I'm talking growing zone, perhaps area of the country that you're in. I'm not saying to give away your street address, but if you're in southern Louisiana, then that would be good for some people to know. Or if you're in northern Idaho or central New York or wherever you might be, it might not be a bad idea to put your location into this description someplace. The other thing you can put in here, and I know this is still a big work in progress, but do some consideration. Are you thinking about trying to make videos perhaps on a weekly basis or one every couple weeks? You might put something like that in there. Expect to see some content every couple weeks, more often if I can. Something along that line. As we...
Exactly, Andy. Don't put, unless you have a business, do not put your street address.
Yeah.
If somebody wants to mail you something and you don't have a post office box, they can message you and you can give it to them if you want.
It is easy enough for people to find out your address anyway.
Right.
Don't hand it to them on a silver platter. And that's, I mean, not only your address, but your phone number and everything else. We've lived through that.
Yeah.
Okay, your email address is in the proper location. And at this point, Cecilia, you don't have any links at the very bottom of the page. And of course, the other part of that is you do not have any banner yet, channel art. There's no icon. And that's all stuff we can work on. But I think you've got a good start, a relatively good layout here. And hopefully you can, your takeaway I'm hoping here is you've got an excellent start, a little bit of tweaking here and there, make it easy to read, easy to comprehend, and just do it. Just do it. So let's...
Okay, she said she's going to make the changes. Awesome. Thank you, Daryl.
All right. So now let's go ahead and get the wheel pulled up here. There we go. It's working. And we'll give it a spin. Grandma's So Happy Homestead.
Bonnie.
Come on down.
Winner, Bonnie. Ha, you saw it, Gemini. I didn't know if you would notice it or not, Denise.
All right. Grandma So Happy Homestead. Grandma So Happy Homestead. 708 subscribers. 110 videos. And look at this caricature drawing. Did you make this icon over here on the left? Let us know here. If you just drew that up yourself, you probably have a whole host of people in here that would love to have you create some artwork for them.
She says, "Oh no, here it comes." Hey, Greg.
All right, Grandma So Happy Homestead has got it's got a banner with her name on it, which I think is absolutely minimal. Did a nice job. It's well centered, all that good stuff. But this is minimal, and it's a perfect example of that billboard going down the road. We'll talk more about her homepage. We'll get back to that here in a minute, because it's coming. It's coming, Grandma. All right. Description reads as follows. Let me pull this down a little more, make sure you guys can see it okay. All right. Mama 4, Grandma to 5, hopefully more. Family times, faith, cooking, canning, DIYs, gardening, Zone 4B, dreaming of that large homestead with animals. Learning to do things in healthier ways. I love teaching those who come into our place how to do things for themselves and taking that step to try. With fibromyalgia, I hope I said that correctly, thyroid disorder, rheumatoid arthritis, and other things with a skip in my step. This channel is about being prepped for anything and learning how to find joy in it. To contact me, and then she has a little note here, I love to receive mail. Cards and packages are wonderful. Would love to review a product if you have one and willing to try something new. And gives a mailing address to a P.O. box, which is perfectly fine. You never know what you might encounter. You betcha. Thanks for stopping by. So, okay. Nicely done there. Email address is in the proper location and has links down at the bottom to a Facebook page, Twitter, PayPal, Instagram, Amazon affiliate, and the Amazon wish list. I'm guessing that's Amazon wish list, and you could maybe clarify that. That's the only little thing I could catch on here. All right, we'll jump back and look at your playlist. Got a couple. So one thing I always do is I glance through, just randomly pick out a couple of these. I want to see if you remembered to do descriptions on your playlist. I don't see a description on this one. Well, maybe this is a brand new one or something. No, it doesn't look like it. It's not brand new, but there's no description. All right, let's go look at another one, just in case you missed that one. It snuck by you. Nope, no description. And we spotted another no-no. Slot number 6 in this playlist says private video. Anybody coming in to see your playlist doesn't want to see private video. They don't want to see deleted videos. They don't want to see private videos. If you have a playlist, you need to be on point to make sure that they are up to date. So, and there's nothing wrong with having private videos. It's a good place for you to store videos if you want to store them, to have them private so only you can see them. But if you want to do that, create a private playlist for your stuff only that nobody outside of your login can see, because they can't get to this anyway. I mean, they'll just click on this and just to show you what happens. there's what happens. So, and of course, nobody likes that. That's as bad as a monkey coming up. All right, so there's your playlist. Need descriptions on your playlist. They're every bit as important as having a description on your video, because your playlist is simply a group of your videos. All right, let's take a look at your thumbnails.
When you have a moment after you're done with them, Holly Ridge Homestead is asking, why is the description important?
Oh, okay. Well, I'll just...
Okay.
Sure. The description is important because where else is somebody going to learn something about you? Why? It's just a place for you to announce yourself, what you intend to show, why should somebody subscribe to you? Now, if you don't have the desire to have subscribers, if you don't have the desire to grow within YouTube, well, yeah, you don't need any of that. And having said that, it's important to note that everything I say here is simply not only suggestions for me, but I picked up these bits from very well-studied YouTube individuals like Daryl Leaves, Nick Nimmons, TubeBuddy, vidIQ, all of the teaching and learning channels, and we're just kind of that on a smaller scale. We're trying to work with folks. We're trying to give you a vehicle to come in and make it easier for you to make your page, your channel, stand out from the average. Now, irregardless what you do with your channel to make it stand out, bottom line is going to be content. Content is king. If you have the right kind of content and the right demeanor in your presentation, and the moon and stars align with you when you upload it, that's what makes a channel super successful. There's a lot of very successful channels that don't have any of the things we're talking about here. However, there's an awful lot that do. So, all right, let's jump back into the thumbnails here. And I'm going to say for the most part, yeah, you've got some great thumbnails. Does anybody out there are they seeing any thumbnails on here that it's just not working for them? And I see one. I'm just wondering if anybody else sees it. And it's actually it's the one you just uploaded today. Let me get my magnifying glass out here. Never thought I'd get to experience this. The problem that I see is I get that magnifying glass off of it. It's very tough to read. Now, granted, if you're looking at this on a TV set, you might not have any trouble, being a little bit on the small side. But on a phone, that's going to definitely be tough, very tough to read. Great expressions. These two are very similar. This one and this one, they're very, very similar. And you have one here with this tree jumping out here in the middle. That's just totally different from anything else you have out here. Anytime you have text on a thumbnail, you want to make sure that it's big enough they can read it, the contrast is there, and that the text adds something to the individual looking at the thumbnail. Because the thumbnail is what the eyes first see even before they read the title. I mean, stop and think about it. You get to a page. Here's all these thumbnails. You're glancing over the thumbnails. Which video do I want to go look at? You're looking at the pictures. If the picture catches your eye, well, the next thing you do at that point is you go look at the title. Is this something that I want to look at? So you've looked at the picture first. You looked at the picture, then you go to the title. If those two decisions are on the plus side, you then click on that thumbnail and watch that video, or you mark it to watch it later. So nice job on that. All right, let's jump back to your homepage here. And I guess I'm just getting warmed up here a little bit tonight because I'm spending more time on here than I really want to, because I want to get more people through here. But there's something missing here. I am looking at your account as an individual that is not signed in to YouTube. So because I'm not signed in, there's no way that we're subscribed to you. So I can't see the subscription status side. So I'm looking at this as if there's somebody brand new come to your channel to see what there is to see. There is a location in here for you to put a trailer video. Trailer video is an advertisement about your channel. It should be somewhere between 30 seconds and 3 minutes in length. You don't want to stretch it out. It should not be more than 3 minutes. It's a quick, hello, here's who I am. This is what you can expect to find here. If there's something really different about your channel, like my name is Sue and I work on trucks.
The video's filmed but not uploaded.
Okay, all right. So anyway, that would show up right here. Now here's some things. You have changed your front page here because the defaults are gone, and you have used a container here that YouTube supplies you with called Create a Playlist. And the problem with this is that this is just, it's a lump. It's like uploaded videos. It's just a lump. And it shows all of your playlists. You're much further ahead to do your playlists individually. And you do have a couple down here individually. But here's what's missing. Remember I talked about the description. If you had a description for this canning playlist, it would be right here. And it would be describing all the videos you're going to have in this playlist. Description under winter. That would be describing all the videos in this playlist. So overall, I think you're very much on the right track. I think a few tweaks here and there, get that trailer video uploaded. And then, of course, on the other side of that trailer video is a featured video. That's for returning subscribers to your page. You can feature a video, and it could be a popular one or just one you want folks to see. But it would show up right in this location to returning subscribers. So, Grandma's so happy. Thank you for being here today. Certainly appreciate that. Get the wheel ready to go over here. All right. We're going to try to speed this up a little bit. I want to get more people through here. Oh, look at this. Grandma's So Happy Homestead. Well, since we just did this one, we're just going to respin. Organic Raw Roots Farm. Organic Raw Roots Farm. Thank you for coming. Let me get the screens caught up here. And let's go searching for Organic Raw Roots Farm. 324 subscribers, 15 videos. An interesting icon over here. Okay. Organic Raw Root Farm, or Salt Life meets homesteading. One journey, one dream. Well put together banner. A collage of various pictures with a bar over the top that's semi-transparent, that the text jumps out at that. Lisa Lee, I don't really have a list other than keep coming back on Thursdays and checking what we have here.
I told her she can always email you. You don't have to have a playlist, Thomas. It's not a must. Yes, Mimsy, you did do that graciously. Thank you. That's why I was smirking.
Okay. Thomas Farm, the whole idea of a playlist is it's a collection of videos that have a common theme. And it's a way to entice folks to view more than one video of yours. So if they've done a search, let's just suppose that your channel talks about woodworking, and you did a video on clamps, on woodworking clamps, and somebody did a Google search, maybe even from another country, looking for a bar clamp or some other type of clamp, and your video on clamps just happened to pop up in the search result. So they clicked on it, and it drops them into that video. Sometimes it'll drop them into a playlist, but nevertheless, it drops them into that video. So now they're on your channel. The last thing you want to do is shoo them away. So let them watch that. Let them to continue to view your channel, and you could get a new subscriber. They could tell other people about it. You could get more views, more subscribers, and it just goes on and on and on. So let's get back here to Organic Raw Roots Farm. We're on the homepage. Very good banner. Interesting icon over here. They have a trailer video that's 2 minutes, 38 seconds in length. We're going to jump back to the About page and find out a little bit about Organic Raw Roots Farm. Description reads as follows. Welcome to our channel, where we are lovers of the salt life, but yet have a 10-acre off-grid farm in the middle of nowhere in Florida. Come follow our journey as we grow food, have our share of struggles, and our proud moments too, where we put God first. Every person deserves the right to know where their food comes from. We grow clean, organic food. We live in an urban city a few days a week for work. We live our days off on the farm, building our homestead, one nail and one board at a time. We have a huge garden on the farm to feed our family and sell to farmers markets. We also have 3 acres near the Florida Springs where we're building a bed and breakfast. People say we live a pipe dream and have the best of both worlds. Salt life, deep sea fishing, and a farm. So we thought we would share where the salt life meets homesteading. If you get this far, please subscribe so the moo cow can get her crown. It gotta be something to that. I'm not sure. Videos twice a week. All right. Email address is properly inserted here, and links are properly done down at the bottom that do indicate where it is you're going.
They're asking you if the trailer's too long.
I don't think it's under 3 minutes.
Yeah, and that's what some of them are saying. They think it's about right.
Yeah, it's under 3 minutes. Obviously, you don't want to stretch it into nothing. Into stretch it out just to stretch it out. But if you feel that it's long enough to convey the information you want conveyed, then you're good. And it's certainly not too long, less than 3 minutes. All pluses as far as I'm concerned. The layout of your description area here is absolutely excellent. So, playlists. Let's see if you have any playlists. You got a couple. And I'm just, we got to do a couple of these at random. It's just a must. There we go. Here is a great description for this playlist. And another great description. So I'm going to make the assumption they all have descriptions. Let's go look at some thumbnails. Okay. I'm just kind of looking over these, and I'm hoping everybody else is out there as well. The primary comments that I have here, I don't see anything wrong with any of the thumbnails that you have at this point. But do be cautious, because it's so easy to do, that there's enough contrast between lettering and the background. If the Urban Container Garden Tour was a little darker font, it would stand out a little better. I love this. Put this little ladybug on your nose there. That just draws curiosity. And I guess I do have a question. Is there another word behind my? Ladybugs in my? Here's a must for everybody. The lower right-hand corner of your thumbnail is reserved by YouTube. That's where the timestamp goes. And it's there regardless where they show your thumbnail. So this portion of your thumbnail is worthless. If you have wording there, if you have text there, it's covered.
Is it better no letter?
It's a better no letter.
That's what they're asking you.
If text on the thumbnail does not help the viewer, what's the point? If it does help the viewer, then absolutely. I think the last thing, and what you see a lot of times, is you will see exactly the same text on a thumbnail is what is in the title. And to me, that's totally redundant. So just for example, this thumbnail here where this says Dad's Garage, if this said in the title, if this said Dad's Garage, that would, it just doesn't make sense. So, yeah, just be cautious that there's enough contrast between your characters. If you're going to use text on a thumbnail, make sure you can see it. Frequently, it helps to do some shading, background shading.
Yeah, farming our backyard, I don't either. Plus, if the text, my thought is, if the text on your thumbnail is going to be the same as the text for your video, why bother?
Yeah. The things to keep in mind is the picture's the first thing. If you can throw minimal text on that picture that is something to entice somebody to click on it, then that's great. That's a plus. But if it's not helping, then what has it done for you? Nothing. Let's go back to your homepage here. You have this wonderful trailer. You've taken your uploads container and moved it into a vertical format, and that's all you've done, which you don't have a lot of content yet. You're still a very, very young channel. I'd just continue to pump out some content until you get another. There's no hard fast entry here, but I would say another 10 to 15 videos. Then revisit your homepage where you can start putting some individual playlists up here. That's how I would approach it at this point, because you're still a little bit shy on content. Okay. Organic Raw Roots Farm. Thank you for coming. Any questions, you guys can always email dfamilyhomestead@gmail.com. That's the best way for me to see it. I know Sherry frequently gets Facebook messages, and then here's what happens. She gets a Facebook message, then she says, I got a message. So then she has to forward that message to me, either in the form of an email or Facebook forward something or other,
which he hates.
And Facebook is not my cup of tea. So
farming our backyard, I have an embroidery machine. If you watch today's video, you'll see that.
So,
yeah, Nathan, it might be scary.
All right, let's go spin the wheel again.
Who do you want to chat with, Wide Family Farm?
Along the River Homestead.
Winner, winner. Salon girl, just message me. We can chat about it, honey.
All right, Along the River Homestead. Pretty unique little icon here. 578 subscribers, 69 videos. Interesting banner. I like it. It shows like a sunset, and You've put you've kept all the text up into the top here. New. Nicely done. I'm not an English major, so just take this for whatever. But should this be new video or new videos? Just like I say,
Well, it depends if they're doing one or more. And Chrissy, why you leave Marco? Isn't that neat banner? I like it also, Cecilia. I agree.
all right. Has a trailer here that's 3 minutes 54 seconds in length. As the big boys would dictate, that's a little bit on the long side. Use your thoughts on it if it's interesting and keeps people watching. By all means, it's fine. I mean, that's the plus thing. But if you go look at your stats on this and you find people are clicking away in 2 minutes, halfway through or earlier, then it's something you might want to reconsider slightly. Let's go to the About page. Description reads as follows. We are a family of 4 living on an acre of land in Greenwich, New York, Zone 5A. We've been raising egg-laying hens for 3 years, along with growing a raised bed garden full of our favorite things. We are more than just a homesteading channel. You can expect to see us learning how to become better homesteaders, gardening, family adventures, cooking videos, and the occasional haul. We look forward to growing, learning, and sharing our adventures with you. You can look forward to new videos once a week. We usually upload them on the weekend. I like what you said there. You've given people kind of a time that you do upload new videos, and so that's all pluses. I think you need a blank space right here. I mean, I think it was just an oversight. All right, email addresses in the proper location, have links to Instagram and Facebook, right exactly where they belong. Let's go look at your playlists, because I knew you had a couple. All right. Before I even go look at this, well, we'll go ahead and open it. But before we go look at it, if you notice this particular playlist, this is telling me this is a collaboration. If you have playlists on your channel, your playlist should be from your videos, not from somebody else's, with the exception of collaborations. With that exception. So in other words, these other ones I see in here, in the kitchen, every video in this playlist should be from Along the River Homestead. For this family, every video in this playlist should be from Along the River Homestead. But a collaboration, that's a different story. And obviously it is. PG Nano Farm, 13 Moons Homestead, and has a wonderful description over here. Now here's the reason why. If people come into this playlist, they're going to be viewing other channels as this playlist progresses. And if any of these videos have end screens in, that as they're watching this video and they see something in an end screen that they go, oh, let me go check that out. Before you know it, they are gone away from your channel. And that's really not what you want to do. Now, if it's a collaboration, that's another whole story. That's another whole deal. Because at this point, not only should you be doing a playlist that has these other channels in it, but these other channels should be making a like playlist that has your videos in it. All right, let's go to Greenhouse. See if you have a description there. And another great description. Take a peek at your thumbnails on your videos. I'll get this pulled up here. All right, in glancing at pictures, I only see just a couple. Just a couple. I'm going to pull this down a little bit. This is one that you have text on the thumbnail, and it's hidden by the time. This one almost is. So again, you have to keep in mind that that lower right corner of all of your thumbnails is totally owned by YouTube, and anything you have there will be covered up. Here's another one. So just keep that in mind. Here's another one. Now let's talk a little bit about thumbnails. Things that are very good about thumbnails: bright, airy pictures, high definition pictures, enough detail in the picture that people can easily make out what the picture is about. Good close-up facial expressions are always good. So that includes ones like this one right here. Just great expressions. So the expressions alone can oftentimes inflict that desire to go in and look at the picture. And your verbiage on the thumbnail is totally different from the title, which is another plus. So it added to. It added to. Okay. Very, very nice. Very good. Let's go back to your home page and see if you've done any modifications here. And you have, I can already tell. And for those of you, I'm just reinforcing because you've done this perfect. She has added a playlist here, and this is this all-important description for the playlist. Just jumps right out here. Another playlist description. Another playlist description. Okay, so you've added 3 playlists to your page. So let me suggest that you add a couple more. You have plenty of playlists. Let me close that. So you have plenty of playlists. But rather than have them in the same format as what you have here, like come right underneath this garden one and put one in here, something else, and have it in the horizontal format. So it's going across, and then drop back down into the vertical format, then go back to horizontal, add another one in here and have it horizontal. And it's just a thing to fill up the page, make the page interesting. Along the River Homestead, great job. Looking good. Looking very good. And let me get the wheel ready here.
Hold on. Gosh, now I forget. Just give me a minute. See if I can find it. Somebody asked a question and I said I would have you answer that, and no, I don't remember. Oh, can you make sure GINGEY is on the wheel?
What's the name?
GINGEY. They thought they were having problems getting it on there.
Okay, well, none of these are alphabetical, so
Oh, Mimsy, I'm so sorry he's in the hospital.
give me just a moment here.
We'll all send out prayers and love your way, Mimsy. If it's not, I can add it.
I do not see that name on
Okay,
here.
I just typed it in, so it should be on there now. I just put it in there.
Gingy is added.
Okay.
So Gingy is now
Okay.
on the wheel.
They were having problems, so there we got it done.
All right. All right. Okay. That's obviously a somebody wanting to sell me something. So let's go ahead and spin
I
the
want
wheel.
to talk to you about your student loan
Probably.
that you never had.
Moved North Homestead. Come right on down. All right, Move North Homestead has 278 subscribers. They got 71 videos and a very excited expression.
Nathan said it wasn't him. He heard his ringtone.
It's not what I want. There we go. Moved North Homestead. All right, let's talk about the banner here just for a moment. It's real close. The banner is real close. It looks to me like it will show up on a phone just fine. And I don't have any way to tell exact, just from experience on here. Somewhere in this vicinity, Organic Raw Roots Farm, Smudge is thanking you.
In fact, he's down there barking.
He's barking at you right now. Thank you so much. We appreciate our members more than you know. Somewhere in the area where I've drawn these red lines, between them is what is shown on a phone. So I believe this will all show on a phone. However, it is almost cut off at the top. So just a slight adjustment, it looks like, if you wanted this centered on your banner. But neat picture. Neat picture. So, good choice there.
They said, give Smudge a cookie. I'm going down to get him right now.
Oh,
Yeah, uh-oh. Close the bathroom doors.
she's going to let Smudge in, and I just hope he stays down nicely. So, Move North Homestead, 278 subscribers. And I do not see a trailer video. I'm looking for it, but I don't see it. So let's go to the About page and read about your channel. Description reads, hello, friends. Join us on our newest adventure, homesteading further north. We will be gardening in raised beds, building an addition onto the cabin in 2020/21, planting fruit trees, growing gourds and loofahs, exploring the 550-acre national forest behind us, hunting, forest behind us, hunting. All right, so it's not reading right in my mind here. We are a military family. Diana is an Army veteran of 5 years. Butch retired after 22 years in the Army. We have 2 children, a daughter in the Air Force and a son in the Marines. We settled in the South Texas. We settled in the South Texas for 15 years after Butch retired. Then the dreaded empty nest happened, and the house was suddenly too big. So we sold our home and moved north to Missouri. This is just the 2 of us doing what we do, making our new home work for us, keeping it pleasing to the eye, and making it all work. We don't sit still for long. Always have a project or 10 that we're working on. We're just getting started, so stay tuned and see what we do. Thank you for stopping by. Please subscribe. All right, there's a couple spots in here that are, it's a difficult read. I think with a little bit of massaging, that that would read a lot easier for folks. I'm curious about exploring the 550-acre national forest behind us. And then you have hunting and 3 dots, and I'm just not sure where this is going. It looks like you had something started here and you went away from it. So, email address at the proper location, and you do have a link to Facebook. So, that's all great. Playlists, we have a few. So let's see if you have descriptions on these playlists. Yes, you do. I like this thumbnail with the eyeball. That's one that would it's one of those that will get you to look at. And let's just always do a couple.
Oh, come on, Nathan.
Do-it-yourself projects.
I bet you Tempe wants to.
I do not see a description here. So no description. So make sure in your playlist you have descriptions on all those. Videos. Time to look at the thumbnails. Okay. Of the 18 thumbnails on the screen in front of you, in my eyes, in my opinion, there is one that absolutely jumps out as I got to look further into this particular picture that I see here. And that would be this one. We have the facial expressions are just they make me want to know more. What's going on here? What are these looks? What's happening in this deal? I think that's a wonderful thumbnail.
Thank you, the Bowden family. I appreciate that.
Oh, Bowden family, thank you for the super chat there. Now, this this last one you just uploaded, I don't know. I mean, some of the verbiage is off the screen. It's just not there. There's nothing here that's drawing me to this picture. And thumbnails are difficult. This one, even if the underlying video here is done on a cell phone in a portrait mode, go in and change this thumbnail and get it into a full format. It's only a 55-second video, but that I'm guessing you could probably recreate something here on the thumbnail side.
Okay, Sonny.
All right, and let me just mention a couple other things. You folks have been 2015 videos. Let me see how long you've been doing your videos. Okay, so about 6 months. Something that I want to share here, and I'm not picking fault or anything like that. Please don't construe it as that. But I see it on at least one of these videos where this video is edited by KindMaster, which is an editing program that. It could have been an app. It could be an app on a phone. I think they also have a PC-based version. But if it's if it's at all possible, utilize video editing programs that do not leave their mark behind. Okay, I'm going to leave it with. I think your thumbnails can use a little bit of work. We've talked about it a lot. I like this one. Good thumbnail. This one's a little bit on the dark side. If it were zoomed in a little bit brighter. Great picture. So you got a lot of really nice plus ones here. Let's go back and look at your home page. And you've gone in and you have changed your upload container to a vertical format. And you have added a playlist here, and of course the description is showing right up underneath here. Okay, and then what you did is you added a generic container that YouTube supplies you with called Created Playlists. And all that does is it says, well, I'm going to go to your playlist page, and whatever you have there, I'm going to dump them into a row here, either horizontal or vertical, however you've chosen. But I'm not going to give you any information on any of them other than just what you would find if you go to the playlist tab. So this is not a container that I would recommend for anybody to use. Put some individual ones. I think you gain more traction on individual playlists rather than dumping them all together. Other than that, great job. Got a lot of plus things. Anything that we talked about that
Someone asked if you can have too many playlists. And I said, that's sort of like asking if you can have too many chips.
yeah, yeah. Can you have too many videos? I suppose. Let me know when that happens. No, the playlists are simply, it's your videos, and they're just grouped together of a like type, common thread. Let's go spin that wheel again.
Yeah, it does. You're right, Nathan. The container helps people on mobile do play alls when people need playtime, do time, whatever. You know what I mean.
Front Porch Catholic.
Winner, winner, chicken dinner.
All right, Front Porch Catholic. $267 subscribers, 54 videos. Let's go check out Front Porch Catholic. Well, look at this banner. We're seeing them putting their laundry out front here.
Thank you, Walker Farm.
I'll tell you
Watch
what.
Time.
This is an interesting banner. The only trouble is, this is like that banner when you're driving down the highway that the billboard says on the right-hand side, if your name was here, 4 million cars would have read about your name because your name is not on this banner anywhere. So something to consider. This is your, that's what I call it. It's a banner, it's a billboard. Put some verbiage up here, list your name, how often you upload videos, location. You know, just keep it interesting. But I love the picture. And the icon is definitely different as well. There is no trailer video here.
Sit down.
There's no trailer.
Sit down. Sit.
So the trailer video
Thank you.
is a 30-second
No.
to 3-minute video that tells a little bit about your channel. It's a teaser video, and I'm sure you've all seen new movie trailers for new movies coming out and events like that. That's what this is for. It's to tell a little bit about yourself, what people can expect to find here. What you're doing, something short, sweet, and interesting, and to engage with a potential new viewer. And it will only show to people that are not subscribed. That's the only time they'll see it. Of course, they could trace back down through in all your videos and find it. But as far as showing up in front of them, it will only show to you those that are not subscribed to your channel. All right, let's jump back to the About page. And it reads as follows. Sharing with you our Catholic-infused hobby farm life as if you sat down with us on the front porch. From diapering babies to mucking out barn stalls and every possible tangent in between. Let us tell you about how we live our life as a large family that's trying to be made holy through the grit and glory of domestic life in Ohio.
Woohoo! Go Bucks!
Well, you just gathered my interest with that right there because we're in Ohio as well.
I approved them for a small YouTube homesteaders group, so I knew they were in Ohio.
So you knew about them.
Yes, I did.
Okay. Let me suggest a couple things here. I love what you've started with, but there's so much more you could put here, and still have it interesting and short and sweet. So, a couple great channels to go look at. Look at Off Grid with Doug and Stacy. Look at their description page. Look at what's Carrie's channel. Carrie's. What is Carrie's channel's name?
Who?
Carrie.
Our Carrie here?
Yeah. Yes.
Built on the Rock Homestead?
Built on a Rock Homestead. Go look at her description. Those are just a couple where you can go gather some ideas. Email address is in the proper location. You have a website listed and Facebook. Ohio's, I'd like to see it a little closer, at least we tell everybody we're in north central Ohio. So I have no idea if you're in the east side, west side, north side, south side, central side. But let's go see your playlists. Got a couple.
Sky, I knew you would be the one to do that.
All right, here's a collaboration. 5 questions for Catholic YouTubers collaboration. So I'm going to expect to see other channels in this playlist. And you do have a description in here. Now here's where it starts getting neat, and I want everybody here to kind of pay attention. This channel, Front Porch Catholic, is extending a bridge, I'm going to say, from the homesteading community / prepping community into perhaps more of a religious community. That there's absolutely nothing wrong with that, but this is how things start crossing over. We tell everybody we're in the homesteading genre. Well, we're also kind of in the prepping genre. And we'll stop there, but we have had different folks on here, and we've done our Monday Night Lives with folks that don't have anything to do with homesteading. They absolutely nothing. They're true city folk, and they wouldn't know what to do if they were on a farm. So doesn't make them any less interesting. It's just different. So this is all great things here. All videos. Let's talk about this for just a second.
Smudge, what are you doing?
Okay, you have no description here. You have private videos listed in here. You have deleted videos listed in here.
Good boy.
And to be real blunt about it, now, and I'm going to backtrack on this a little bit. If I want to see all your videos, they have a tab for that. So here's all your videos that you have public. This is all your videos. And I don't see deleted ones. I don't see private ones. This is all videos. And I can sort them by the most popular videos. I can sort them from oldest to newest or newest to oldest. Now, granted, I happen to be running this on a laptop computer, but if I wanted to play all your videos, if you get involved in a thing like that to get more hours to get your channel monetized, from my standpoint on a laptop computer, I can just come in here and I can click play all. I understand that on phones that isn't always the case. And that could be, in my opinion, that's the only reason to have a playlist like this, is to obtain more watch hours. Once you've done that, once you have your required subscribers, required watch hours to become monetized, I'm not sure I see any reason to ever have an all video playlist. That's an opinion, obviously. So let's go back into your video tab. I want to look at your thumbnails because I saw a couple of things very interesting. All right, I'm going to pull this up for everybody here to kind of share. There's some very, very interesting thumbnails here, and there's some that they need a little bit of help. But before we talk about a little bit of help, let me also state, here's the things you can do to your videos. We haven't talked about this yet. You can do to your videos at any time to help them along. You can always change the thumbnail. Now, these are things you can do without penalty, unless you make it worse, of course. But you can always change the thumbnail. You can always change the title. You can always change, add, or take away keywords underneath the video. You can change the description. You can add end screens or informational screens within the video. What you cannot do is you can't download that video and re-edit it and put it back up. If you do that, you just lost every view you ever had on it. So you can't do that. But you can go in and you can change the thumbnail. You can change the title. You could change the thumbnail every day, twice a day if you wanted to. Now let me just talk here about a couple thumbnails I feel need some help. This is the first one right here. You have got some text on this that just blends into the background. Very, very difficult to read. To me, a good way to make this thumbnail better would be to zoom in, bring the subject matter more to the front. On your, if you feel that text on this thumbnail is an enhancement, make it stand out. This is another one where the text on the thumbnail, it just melts into the background. And I think this is another one where you could zoom in and get a bigger expression picture of the gal and the baby in the picture here. Because she obviously has a big smile. Of course, babies always attract attention. This is a great thumbnail. Good thumbnail. Good thumbnail. If he wasn't in the picture here, it would not be so good because the rest of the people are back too far. But his is right up front there, so that catches your eye first. This one's kind of borderline. It starts to get a little bit busy. I'm not sure where you're going with this other than seeing somebody chasing a pig, which, okay, that could be interesting.
Yeah, Crystal, you're right. On dark background, white border with black text may do better. Yeah, I agree.
All right. Let's jump back to your homepage. The default container is here. It's not been changed. You have added the container that YouTube gives you of popular uploads, and you've added the one of created playlists. And again, opinions here. Popular uploads, I would take this one back off. I would take in my humble opinion, you have but one playlist. This all videos. Well, that's really no different than what you have here. It's really no different. So, to me, you have one playlist. I would single that out as a single playlist. Have a well-written description on it, and use it as a single container underneath your default container here of uploads. Once you start getting more content, you can change and increase and modify that. But Front Porch Catholic, thank you so much for being here. I hope some of the things we talked about here tonight you can reflect back on and elect to change if you see fit to. Let's get the wheel back up and get another contestant up here. Wiccan Chickens Homestead.
I think they just left. In fact, I know they just left. They said take their name off because they were leaving.
Okay.
So.
Wiccan Chickens, you left too quick. But it was nice that they told us they were leaving. So we'll go ahead and spin again. We'll get somebody else up here.
Nate, I can't even find our garden area.
Okay, the Geocache family. Geocache family has 101 subscribers, 111 videos, and a very cute bunny on the icon.
Excuse me.
All right. They have a nice custom banner here. Very interesting. Obviously, this is all going to fit well into the safe area on the banner. It's going to show up on every device. I had to look twice. Animals and art, plants and peace. A tiny urban treasure. New videos weekly. Okay, and they have a trailer video here that's just a touch over 5 minutes. So it's pushing the typical format. Not saying it's wrong. I mean, everything is just roughly, but typically, if you're creating something new, your target time should be between 30 seconds and 3 minutes. So let's go back to the About page and check them out. All right, description reads as follows. This is our family life. We are in Colorado, where we greet each morning with a view of the Rocky Mountains. We are in growing zone 5B-6A and struggle so much with snow, hail, and or drought. Our channel is our journey to the less busy but more fulfilled lifestyle. We try new things, aim to get healthy, love others, do art, raise our pets, and just document our lives. We've been working toward a homestead while stuck between dreams. We stead outside of the city, yet still in a suburban neighborhood. The goals is to get off the processed food and expand our gardens. We currently raise our chickens and ducks for eggs. Someday would love to have goats for milk and a pig for fun. Ideally, land is the ultimate dream. For now, we talk about our art, share our love of our little animals, show our plants, walk the gardens, just share our life. We continue to learn as much as we can. As with everything, we are a work in progress, and we grow as we go. Thanks for watching. There's a couple spots in here where it doesn't roll off my tongue very well. And not saying anything's wrong there. I'm just saying I think it could be made a little bit easier to understand. I would like to see you take this center large paragraph and break this into 2 paragraphs, preferably no more than 3 lines each. The initial thought is to break it right here. That would leave 1 word into a 4th line. So there could be some areas where you could make it a little bit of an easier read or an easier expression. And one of the ways to do that is for you yourself to sit back and read out loud what you've written, and that frequently can tip you off to where you could improve upon it. Okay, let's take a look, see if you have any playlists. You got a couple. Interesting name here. The whole enchilada. Backyard updates. Well, we're just going to open up a couple here at random. What I'm looking for is to see if you have descriptions. And you have a description. Great. Let's
Said I tried to break it up. I think it's too wordy. It keeps putting it back.
You got to hit save. When you edit it, you put in what you want, then you have to make sure you hit save. All right, this one here, you have description, but I would make your description here a little wordier.
Smudge. Come over here and sit down.
Let's go look at these videos.
Sit down. Sit down. Oh, excuse you.
Spread some out here across the screen, get as big a view as we can.
Sit. No, you're not getting anything else. I just want you to sit.
Okay, you've utilized a method here on your videos, which we've not run across yet today. I think it's a great method. And this is where you, at least wise for the most part, there's a couple here that are not, where you've used a colored box with text on top of the box that's of a contrasting color. And keep in mind, I'm not picking on you. I'm just trying to give you a different insight here. So if you look at a couple of these closer, you're going to find that the letters on this are small enough it's kind of hard to see. The same way here.
Yeah, Denise, I think he does.
This one's a little bit tough to see. This one's a little bit tough to see. This one is wonderful. Very easy to read this one. And I know that people can't see the entire thing that I'm pointing at, but you could certainly see the there. My magnifying glass moved it up. Very easy to read that. you have some really cute thumbnails. But on the other side of that, you have a couple here that I think could use some work. Now, that again, it's all opinions. I like this style. It makes these thumbnails uniquely yours. If one of these videos is on a whole page of videos that YouTube has presented somebody, it's very easy for you to spot your video right away because you know this is the type, this is the style that you're utilizing on your thumbnail. So I'm going to say that's, and that looks like something you just really kind of started here about a month ago. But I like it. Yeah, your earlier videos don't have that. Of course, they could have. You could go back and add that. Just saying that's something you can always do, is you can always go change those thumbnails. Let's go to your home page and see how you have it laid out. Okay, so all you've done on your homepage, and this is fine. All you've done here is you have added your trailer, and then the default container is here. But you have enough content. You have all these playlists. I would strongly consider that you add individual playlists on your homepage. Frequently, what folks do is they will break it up. They'll put one horizontal format, and then put one vertical format, and then horizontal or vertical. But it's all personal preference at that point. The biggest advantage of adding those individual playlists is right underneath the name of them is your description. So that is your opportunity to engage with potential viewers in a more conducive way for them to come in and frequent your channel. Nice job. Like it very much. And thank you for being here today. And I know you were one of the early ones, so thank you very, very much. Homestead Odyssey. Okay, Homestead Odyssey. Sounds like a Honda van. $286 subscribers, 49 videos. Great banner.
Sunflowers and carrots.
Great banner. Easy to read. That title, great transition. Easy to read. Jumps right out at you. Nice job. You have a trailer video here that is 6.25 minutes long, so could be a little bit on the stretched out side. I do not play these out loud here. We don't want to get into any type of issues with copyrights or anything like that, so I don't play them out loud here. So I can't say that there's some things here that should not be or whatever, but a little over 6 minutes is starting to press the long side. So let's jump back to the About page. Homestead Odyssey. description reads as follows: join our family on our journey to prepare and save up for a larger homestead. We currently live on 1/4 acre in a small Wyoming town with our 8 children. I had to look twice to know if my eyes were deceiving me or not. With our 8 children, we have chickens and ducks, bees and goats. Our sons are in 4-H and are working on goat and poultry breeding programs. They have Boer and Nubian goats, blue and Andalusian chickens. I may have butchered that pretty badly. If I did, just put it in the freezer can. And call ducks. We tried to garden, but so far haven't been very successful in our Zone 4B with our short growing season and cool temps. We are improving each year and slowly growing our garden. We are experimenting with different garden methods like root stout, back to Eden, and hugel beds. Okay. Our journey will include our adventures with the animals, family life, homeschooling, cooking, and more. Email addresses in the right location. Links indicate where they're going to PayPal, Instagram, and Amazon. Odd, I don't see any Facebook here. Just as kind of a side note, I mean, I know Wyoming is up there, but you talk about gardening, your short growing season and stuff, and you do also say you're on a 1/4 acre, so you're on a very, very small lot. And obviously, there's some folks in here in the chat that could help you out much more than what we could with suggestions. But I'm going to just throw a couple out there that you could utilize for your growing season. That's some small hoop houses over raised bed gardens that you can use to extend your growing season. I don't know if the lay of your land would lead to having a small greenhouse in place there or not, but there's some different things you could utilize with that. Let's go look at the playlist, and you got a couple of them here. All right. So we're just going to randomly pick a couple, and you have a description. That's all I was wanting to see. Nice job there. And description. Great job. So now let's go look at some of your thumbnails. Okay. Yeah, I want to talk about this. You have changed your thumbnails. So you used to utilize a method here that I have on the screen now. and let me just throw out some observations here. I like these. I'm guessing, I don't know for a fact, but I'm guessing that these are, and maybe they're not. Maybe that's a problem with them. But a color coordinated Jewel TV. Nellie, thank you so much for the super chat. Appreciate it very much. The different colors could relate to different topics. It's a good way to to sort
Won't
your
smudge.
videos very quickly. But I'm curious why you stopped
No
this
problem,
style
Nate. We'll do just that. Thank you.
where you've utilized this almost like a white plaque with black text on it, which works very well in a picture over, for the most part, being 50% or more of your thumbnail, to going more to just well, you still have some of those in here, but this one you didn't do that way. This one didn't go that way. This one you're using a whole side rather than use that. I'm just curious why you changed. So, okay, I see. There wasn't you weren't color coding them for the content, and that would have been my first assumption, that you would have been color coding for the first for the type of content that was contained in the video. But I am curious as to why you seem to get away from that. But overall, the pictures are good. Let me.
They're just playing with it, trying to find what looks good.
Okay. And there's absolutely nothing wrong with that.
Yep.
And if you would, share with us, with everybody in here, after you've done some experimentation like this, come back in a few weeks and say, hey, if anybody's interested, here's what we found with our thumbnail experimentation. And can certainly help some people out. I love this chicken here. Great job on this. The bird over the fake flames here, excellent. That just looks like this reminded me I need a fresh cup of coffee. Homestead or sushi. You've got some good pictures here without question. You got this little chick with the twisted up neck. Doing great on those. Absolutely wonderful. Let's go look at your homepage, see how you have it laid out. Of course, default container, then wonderful. Great job. Individualized playlist which shows all the information about the description. Great job. Looking good. Wonderful. Homestead Odyssey, thank you so much for being here. Let me get the wheel up here again. Uh-oh. Kilted Gardener.
It's been quiet. I wonder if Robert's still in here.
I don't know. Homestead Odyssey, thank you for stopping in here tonight. Great having you in here. Kilted Gardener, are you in here? I know he was here earlier.
Yes, it was. Hey, Zach or Jen, how's Kentucky treating you tonight? It's freezing down here.
Okay, Kilted Gardener has 442 subscribers, 39 videos. The banner is is borderline being
Yep,
cut off
there
a
he
little
is.
bit.
He's here.
Somebody with a phone out there, let me know. Let me know if this cuts off about right here, or if you see the entire circle in Kilted Gardener. I'm just curious. All right, I don't see a trailer video here. There's no teaser video. All right, so we'll jump back on the About page. It reads as follows. Hello, everyone. My name is Robert, also known as Kilted Gardener. My heritage is really important to me, and that is how I came up with Kilted Gardener. And yes, I do like to wear a kilt once in a while. I have a degree in horticulture that I'm almost done with. On my channel, you will see that I like to dabble in a little of everything.
He said it fits. I tested it.
Okay. I will feature mainly gardening, homesteading, and cooking on this channel. My goal with this channel is to share my story and adventures. I hope to build a homestead in Virginia where my family and I can live more sustainable without having to rely on the commercial food services. I think you have a little bit of a typo right here in this area. So Robert, I'll let you go back in and check on that. It certainly does not read well. Email address is proper location, Facebook group, and Instagram are links that are also reflected on your banner page. Playlists include one. You have one playlist? Did you remember? And a very brief description, but you do have a description. All right. Videos, let's take a peek at your thumbnails. Okay. Robert, I'm going to get tough with you here, Robert. Let's go to your most recent video here. Chicken Soup for the Soul, which is fine, but the title is Chicken Soup for the Soul. So what did the text on the thumbnail add? It didn't add anything. And the best rule of thumb you can have is if it doesn't add something, there's no point in doing it. The other part of that is some of the text does fall behind into YouTube's sacred area of that lower right corner where they own it. And anything you put there is covered up. The second most recent video, homemade vegetable beef soup. Title, homemade vegetable beef soup. We have the same thing here. I think it's a good picture of the soup. But if you want the thumbnail with this on it, I would change the title to reflect something else to not have the same verbiage. Soups made in our kitchen or something. This thumbnail, you're a little dark. You're a little dark, and the cloud text, even with my magnifying glass, is too small to read. So I go down and I drop in at the title, and it says Homesteaders of America 2019 in review. But again, we look at the thumbnail and the picture itself is too dark. You're in the shadows. This one's a good one. I'm alive, everyone. All right. Chit Chat with Kilted Gardener. You can read that one. I'm going to make the assumption that this is a This is a live stream. The problem with this type of a thumbnail is there's nothing there to draw one's eye to it. It's just very plain. This one's even worse. The letters are just absorbed into the background. So I think you could do a little bit of work on your thumbnails. But I know you've got some good content, and of course it's always a pleasure to chat with you. And we certainly appreciate you being here. Let's jump back to the homepage, see what you've done there. Okay, there's no trailer. You can create one of those. Make it about a minute, minute and a half long. And then you can take your playlist and add it underneath your uploads here. That's pretty much all I got for you for right now. So, a couple little changes. Work on those thumbnails. Great job.
Do one more.
Yeah. Loving Ivy Farm. Loving Ivy Farm. Loving Ivy Farm, 215 subscribers, 56 videos. Very unique icon. And check out this banner. A collage of various pictures. This works. Without question, this works. But this is more for everybody else out there. If you do decide to do something along this line, a couple cautions. This works simply because of the two colors here. But the text on this banner is I mean, if it were black on white, it would be a little bit tough to read.
They're asking if that's better because I redid it.
Oh, pardon?
They're asking if it's better because I redid it.
Okay. It absolutely works. It absolutely works. But it does appear that it's a little bit cut off at the top. And if you could make the text bold, if that's possible, with that particular font, or outline of the font, something just to make it stand out a little bit more.
What you doing?
All right, we'll jump back to the About page.
No more snacks. No more snacks.
Description reads as follows. My grandbabies call me Grammy, but you all call me Andy. Preferred breed of goats, Nubian Kiko, for milk production, parasite resistance, using for landscaping, breeding, stock, and milking. We'll come back to that. The Connemara horses are small but mighty, great for farm use and sport riding. My mini Aussies are a small herding dog I couldn't do without. Chickens, guineas, and ducks for eggs and bug control. All my critters on my farm have a purpose and coexist, and I hope I'm able to show this. Landed in Kentucky, Zone 6A, on a friend's farm, my goats are clearing wooded and weedy areas to make usable pastures for her horses. I do plan on purchasing my own land and then hoping to be off-grid, but that will be another journey to follow. I am a breeder, grower of plants, chickens, goats, horses, and mini Aussies. My goal is to post at least once a week, and you have a post office box mailing address here. Email address is in the proper location, and all of the links down here are nicely labeled to know where people are going when they click on them. I wanted to come back in particular to this. Paragraph. Preferred breed of goats. I find this to be a hard read, and I don't want to. Lord only knows I am not an English major. Just ask Sherry. But this is very difficult for me to read because it doesn't flow well. Preferred breed of goats, Nubian and Kiko for milk production, parasite resistance. Using it just does not read well in my mind. I think you could do this much better. Very, great write-up, good information. Let's jump back to your playlist, see what you have there, and you got a few.
Okay, I can tweak that.
Many Aussie herding dogs, and you have got a good description in here that's just great. And then you have a playlist here all about birds. And there is no description. So you could drop a description in here. I actually picked this playlist out for another reason, and that is to show and demonstrate you can create a playlist with only one video. However, keep in mind the definition of the playlist. It's to form a container or a group of like videos. Obviously, you have to start with one, but don't leave it sit here. I'm going to make the assumption that you're going to have more bird videos coming up that you're going to throw into this playlist. So let's go see some of your thumbnails. And we're just kind of holding these up here, and all right, here's some initial thoughts. Your last video that you put out here, I hate these things too, so I give you a pass on this. I'm just going to go on by it, but I think it might have been a better way to do this particular thumbnail. On this one, I think it's so far away in the general picture of the thumbnail, it's very difficult to see what the thumbnail is representing. Just looking at the picture, why should I go any further? Let's go to this one. Just looking at the picture, what do I see? I don't see anything. I mean, I read your description, and then I can kind of see that, okay, well, this is something that has come down due to high winds, but the picture itself does not lend itself to that. This is another one that the what is in this picture that is going to entice somebody to go look at it. In the same way here. Now here's a good one. We have a facial expression which leads to being inquisitive. And I come down and I look at the title, Ted Homesteading Question Challenge. Okay. Now this gives me reason to go click on this one. Now you can do this yourself to all these. I mean, just look at the pictures and say, by looking at this picture, is there a reason for me to go click on this video? Is there a reason to even read the title? Has it generated interest? All right, let's jump back to the home page. And you have the default container here. Okay, Loving Ivy Farm. By all means, create yourself a little trailer. 30 seconds to 3 minutes that tells a little bit about you and what people could expect to see here on your channel. You've got a good write-up. Express that in the form of a short video. Add some of your playlists containers up here on the front, and I think you've got a winning combination. So, Sherry, you got anything you can share with folks for a couple minutes?
Nope.
No? Can you do that anyway for a couple minutes?
What do you need?
I just need a...
Well, tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard, Homestead Rescue has another one of our homesteading families on. Mother Udder, Udder, is on their show tonight. And then also tonight is Broussards are on at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Also, Copper Kettle Crystal is on also at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard. I think Willow Creek still does hers at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard. I know they're moving. And Alderman Farms at 8 p.m. So maybe you have some time to go check them out. Our guest Monday evening will be Wisconsin Vegetable Gardeners.
Mm-hmm.
They have an actual radio show.
A syndicated
radio show.
Okay. All right. I've gotten caught up.
Okay. Well, it's after 7.
It's after 7.
Yes.
Let me first here before we leave. Special thank you to all of our moderators. Extra special thank you to all of the members of our channel. The new members that joined tonight, Organic Raw Roots Farm and Expedition Greg, thank you so much. Those of you that were so kind as to share a super chat with us here this evening, thank you. So, and everybody that showed up, tell your friends, family. You're always good at picking out people to tell, huh? We had...
Hey, Joy, how are you, sweetie? Walker Farm family, if you want the list of the live stream, the schedule of ones that have told me and that I know of, I can send it to you. So if you want to plan something, and with so many people, with so many channels going live, you're going to run into where you're going to have yours on the same time frame as somebody else. So that's, you just
it's going to happen.
You just flip flop to what Daryl and I, like when Broussard and Copper Kettle, one of us will have one going, the other will have the other going, and we just flip flop back and forth. I mean, that's what everybody does. So it's cool. Well, Joe, you're back again. We're leaving. So yeah, just ask me and I can send you one. Or if you're in the small YouTube group on Facebook, there's that document's in the file section. You can download that anytime. I keep it updated.
Mitchell Creek Farm, I'm sorry you missed us here tonight. Replay will be available. And keep in mind, we try to do this, and maybe you're not home in time. I mean, that certainly happens, but we do try to do this every Thursday at 5 o'clock Eastern Time. So, all right, everybody, thank you so much. Have a wonderful week and weekend. We'll see you next Monday night for our Monday Night Live.
Yep.
And
Stay warm.
take care, everyone. Bye-bye.